ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Let's Play Morrowind, where you join me in the middle of a swamp, where I've just realised there's no music. That won't do. That's a bit better. Can't remember what it was set to earlier. Right, I was monkeying around with a secondary Morrowind installation, and I didn't realise apparently the settings, the option settings, carry over from one installation to another. So that's weird. Anyway, right, here we are in the swamp. I don't know what the name of this swamp is. We're in the Sundered Scar region, apparently. We're there, specifically. Just zoom the map in here. Here we go. We're here. We're making our way east. At least we were, anyway. It's like quite late in the evening now. Previously, we went into a massive Daedric ruin. We crossed what I think is the Sundered Scar itself, a big pile of ashy mountains. And then we explored an ancient Ashlander burial site in this cave. Yobalis burial, which was pretty darn interesting, I have to say. There wasn't much down there in the way of loot and enemies, but it was very interesting. We did get a magical spear off a mummy. That was cool. And now I guess we're continuing to make our way eastwards. It's 7 PM according to the in-game clock. So we're probably going to be wanting to think about zapping ourselves back to the tower and settling in for the evening pretty soon. But for now, I am willing to continue our journey eastwards until we find some sign of civilization. Well, there's a rope bridge. That's usually a good sign. Because a rope bridge generally tends to mean there's some sort of road. And roads mean civilization, ordinarily. My god, though, there is so much swamp. Look at this little line we're cutting through and look how far south it actually goes. There's a lot of swamp here. I don't know how much of it is inhabited. I don't know how much of it actually has things to visit and do in it. Hey, look. Alright, here we go. As soon as I said that, I found a road. And people. Old Evanhart that way, Ildrim this way. Alright then. So what's this place? Just some sort of country home or something, I don't know, like a manor. A bit like the ones you get around the Ascadian Isles region, although this one's obviously in the Indoril style. Yep, got a little plantation next to it. Tilmeth Manor. I say, I'm just a wandering Telvanni noble. Would you possibly let me in for a cup of tea? Get out of the rain? There's nobody here. Okay. Hello? Oh, there is someone, finally. Hello. Greetings, Dinara Tilmeth. We were not expecting guests. Oh, there's nobody at the door to greet me. Not even any guards. I'm Dinara Tilmeth, and I live here in this manor with my husband. What might I do for you? It must be pretty remote out here if even these nobles don't see the need to have guards about the place. Anything to say? I live here in this manor with my husband. What do I do for you? Yup. Current events. The Templars at war with a rebellious faction called the Dissident Priests. Ordinators persecute and imprison the Dissident Priests, which has driven them underground. Oh, wouldn't know anything about that. No, sir. No, ma'am. What's Telvanni? Rumours? Current affairs are not an interest of mine. Yes, out here in the sticks. You wouldn't have heard any anyway. Secrets are best kept to oneself. You need to learn this or you'll not go far in society with respect. Says you. What are you, Archmagister of, madam? That's right, nothing. I am a noble of Great House Indoril. It's my solemn duty to serve my house and clan as leader and protector of its ancient laws. In the holy tradition of House Indoril, I am a crusader and a diplomat. I concern myself with the welfare and piety of our house and strive to bring victory and glory to myself, my retainers, and my humble kinsmen. I serve at the pleasure of the Holy Tribunal and my clan, providing such public works and services as befits my station. That sounded rehearsed. Constellations of Prayer, Holidays of the Iliac Bay. Been to the Iliac Bay, have you? Dreadful place, I've heard. Her Hands, Orlane's Beastry, Volume 17, The White Book of 3426. History of Daggerfall, Broken Diamonds, The Healer's Tale, Grey Watch and the Harpies. Ruins of Kemmelzy, we're headed that direction. Brothers of Darkness. So where's your husband then? Locked doors in this house. Hello. Greetings.
Probably nothing. Speak, traveller.
Oh, visitor, please, make yourself comfortable. Well, I'm dear old Tilmeth. I live here with my wife, Dinara. Any current events? Misshapen monsters and diseases called Blight Disease are spreading from Red Mountain, a volcano where the devil Dagothr and his ash vampires live. The settled regions are safe enough, though, but outside the towns and villages, travel is becoming dangerous. Yeah, it's pretty darn dangerous. Everything wants to kill you. Who knows, for all those proclamations about protecting the rights of property and preserving law and order, the Imperial Legion does little enough to capture and prosecute abolitionists. That's a bit hypocritical, don't you think? It depends on what you mean by property now, doesn't it? Yes, the slavery question is going to come up pretty soon. In our management of House Telvanni, I suspect. That's going to be an interesting one to tackle, isn't it? We all know how Fathis feels about slavery. But, on the other hand, politics is politics. Where's the song 5? Ugh, excuse me. Well, it was nice meeting you, madam. I better be on my way. Oh, wow. The sky is very pretty all of a sudden. Okay, then. Well. Hello. You don't look like a slave. You don't have a bracer. I'm just terrified. Just a farmhand here. Okay. Doesn't look like there's any slaves on this farm, actually. Just this guy. Are you there, Caleb? I get the feeling you might be. Hello, I can see a cave entrance of some sort up ahead. I think this feels like a good place to put a mark spell down, actually. Mark. There we go. I'm just going to jump back inside the... Oh no, it's starting to rain again. Perfect timing. Well, I'm just going to jump back inside the house because I'm going to teleport home. And I wish to do it indoors so that the time doesn't pass as I'm doing it. Wait a minute. Yeah, here we go. Alright. Travel to Uvirith Tower Upper. Today, folks, I think we're going to kill Archmage Trebonius. That's what I've decided. The exploration last episode was really rather good, but I'd like to get back to the Rise of House Telvanni, so we're going to kill Archmage Trebonius. The thing is, I'm conscious of the fact, at the moment, very much so, or more so lately than usual, that this Let's Play has gone on for a very long time, and every other day at the moment... Well, not every other day, but every now and again at the moment, I seem to bump into a brand new... Actually, you know what, we won't kill Trebonius right away. I'm going to try and sort out this bag of holding thing. That's what I'm going to do. Anyway, the thing is, though... Lately, there's been a few technical hiccups. I had one today, actually. I thought that Morrowind had broken again. Turned out it was just Windows data execution prevention shenanigans. That I had changed some of the dep settings in Windows because I had to do this little fix for Gothic. So I'm getting ready for the eventual Gothic streams on Twitch, and tweaking that apparently made Morrowind wig out on me. But I fixed it now, obviously, as you can see. But I just maybe sit there and think, you know what? How long is it going to be until something does come along that really does wreck it? We've had some issues with this Let's Play in the past, and every time I've managed to circumvent it somehow, or make a new Morrowind installation and carry the save across, but I feel like, you know, the fact this is 9 lives as a Let's Play character, it might be running out relatively soon. I'm conscious of the fact that maybe I should consider getting my skates on and finishing the Let's Play. So, yeah, we're going to continue with the Rise of Hell's Talvani. Devil was that? Sound effect glitch, I assume. We're going to continue with the Rise of House Telvanir. But I'm going to try and speed things along a little bit. How exactly I'm going to do that, I'm not really sure. I think, perhaps, that... Actually, you know what? For today's business... I am going to wear the robes of the Archmajesty, even though they clip slightly with my glass pauldrons. What was I saying? God damn it. Anyway, yeah, one option is that I might just decide not to bother with Tribunal. I might just not do Tribunal. I'll do the Rise of Hell's Telvanni, and I will finish the main quest, and then we'll call it a day for Fathers' story. Tribunal really is not essential.
Archmagister,
you know, I, as I've said before, I've never actually beaten Tribunal. That's how non-essential it kind of feels, you know. Oh, I just won an auction on eBay. Lovely. That's not apropos, absolutely nothing. I do apologise. It's just I'm quite pleased about that one. I really fancied that item. Damn it. Excellent. There was 2 other things I was after, and I lost those ones, so it's nice to finally get a win. It's quite foggy today, isn't it? My goodness. Didn't think there was enough moisture in the Ashlands for it to get this foggy, you know, but there it is. Maybe it's not really fog, it's just sort of like haze. Some of the ash and the particles and stuff have been kicked up by the high winds, and they're just hanging in the atmosphere. That could work. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Where was I? Yeah, so Tribunal is a I don't know, we'll see what you guys think in the comments, but I'm considering maybe just dropping Tribunal from the overall plan going forwards. Tribunal is cool in its own way, but it is full of a bunch of nasty dungeons full of very high level enemies, and it's a lot of dungeons. It's a lot of dungeon crawling, and as I said, I've never beaten it myself. Mostly because by the time you get to Tribunal, it's sort of like you've kind of had enough of the game. It'd be kind of maybe fun to include it in a future playthrough, but I think we've done enough with Fathers as it is. I think I just really would like to have his story wrapped up and finished nicely, properly, instead of it just being another Let's Play that got cancelled mid-playthrough because of a technical hiccup. There's been a few too many of those, if you ask me, and I don't like it. So yes. This whole journey to the east thing here, I mean, because considering how far we got with it, I'm a little bit loath to sort of give up on that too, but look how far there is to go if we want to go up here and then down this way, and Kemelzy as well as a thing. Kemelzy will take probably several episodes to do, because it is one of the most gigantic dungeons ever. Yeah, I don't know. In an ideal world, I would just continue on as planned, but unfortunately, with every passing year, this Let's Play suffers from more and more technical issues, and it's making me a little bit nervous, that's all. Plus the the mod setup I have for this Let's Play is freaking ancient now. Still using MGSO, for example, which is fine. It's a bit outdated. There's lots of awesome new mods that I'd like to use, which I kind of can't with this Let's Play because, well, as I've talked about previously, when I tried to install some of those mods, it broke everything. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to get to that point where I feel like I want to move on. Not yet, though. Now then, where Fathers' curse remove. That's what I want. So that I can put on the belt of the unarmored without the nasty negative effect. So we're going to go over to Sadrith Mora, Wolverine Hall specifically here. I don't know why I prefaced that with Sadrith Mora, but because obviously we're in Sadrith Mora, but we're going to go to Wolverine Hall and then teleport to Vivek and deal with Trebonius. Mustn't forget to pick up his amulet either, Fred.
Let's hear it.
The Necromancer's amulet, was it called? I don't remember exactly. All I know is it's quite good. And Trebonius has it. I could have just divine intervention then, but never mind. Now I've walked all the way across town. I suddenly remembered I could do that. Never mind. Okay. Boop. Bit back. Now, I wonder if I just have to attack him or whether I can challenge him to a duel or what.
Attention.
Right, Trebonius, you charlatan. I've come here to do what should have been done a long time ago. There doesn't seem to be an option in here to... You can ask him about Sud. That's weird. Is Sund now going to join Sulipun at the bottom of everybody's dialogue menu? Alright, time to die. You would lose, he says. Shut up and draw. Good thrashing is what you need. Looking for a fight, you're going to find one. Hope your sword's as sharp as your tongue. That does it.
Aha!
Imbecile. He has his staff, Trebonius' staff, which is not a bad staff at all. Ebony boots, I don't need them, you can keep those. The Necromancer's amulet, constant effect, resist normal weapons 20% on self, fortify intelligence 20 points on self, restore health 1 point on self, and spell absorption 20 points on self. It's rather good. I'm gonna replace Zaphibel's star with that for now. I'll take his restore magicka potions. Trebonius' potion of curing. Weird. But okay. Jobs are good, and he's dead. You got anything to say about that? How can I assist you? Alright, whatever. I didn't want your life story, if I'm honest, mate. I just asked for your background. I was going to ask you about Trebonius, but there's no option for it. Alright, Trebonius is now dead. Oh, there's Skink. He's not actually gone yet.
Finest potions and elixirs in town are right
Weird.
here.
Why haven't you gone yet? Shouldn't you be at Teleroon right now? What exactly is going on?
May I help you?
Oh no, have I got another mod problem? One sure way to find out. I have to confess, I was, in my attempts to figure out what the balls was wrong with Morrowind today, earlier before I started recording this video, there was a bit of mucking around with the install, and now I'm wondering if Rise of House Telvanni hasn't gotten accidentally uninstalled now or something, as in it's been removed from the load order or whatever. It shouldn't have been, but it's easy to miss something when you're... Well, this is still here. Now the Imperial Full... Okay, no, we seem to be fine. I don't know why Skink was there, though. Now that the Imperial Fools are leaderless, our spy, Tiram Gadar, will take hold of the guild. He has been infiltrating the guild for a long time. Yes, that's the gentleman I was just talking to who gave me his entire life story when I asked for his background. He's been infiltrating the guild for a long time, Archmagister. This matter is nearly taken care of. The only question left is whether we will allow them to continue operations. Scorch the earth, or they shall remain a puppet of the Telvanni. Ooh. They shall remain a puppet, because honestly they're kind of useful. It shall be done. Tiram Gadar will sell the designated guild halls to House Telvanni under a clause of the Armistice, which enables an Imperial guild to sell property to a house to avoid war. Even Okato himself is bound by the Armistice. The guild is powerless, Archmagister, and nobody will talk of House Telvanni's role in this either. I have made a copy of the letter that Okato is to receive. Marvellous! Some councillors have become concerned about the level of Imperial encroachment on Telvanni territory. However, I have a plan that will stop any imprudent activity that might be going on. We have a highly placed spy in the East Empire Company that will soon be in a position to transfer. It wouldn't be me, would it? Because I am like a factor in the East Empire Company or whatever. Because of that whole side business. Soon be in a position to transfer the desirable aspects of the company to House Telvanni while separating the Cyrodiilic detritus. In other words, we can soon acquire the entire profits of the company. But first, we need a distraction. My advice to you would be to remove Cantunian Ponius. You can find him in the company offices at Ebonheart. With him gone, our spy can cause as much chaos as she chooses. Consult Mehitabel Laras, our spy in the East Empire Company Hall in Ebonheart, on how to remove What's-His-Face without causing too much of a furore. We can't yet afford to alienate the other houses completely. I like this, actually, because it kind of... He doesn't say so, obviously, but I like, in my head canon, this is tying into the fact that Fathis also, has a rank in the East Empire Company and basically owns the Raven Rock colony now. So... Like, that's playing a part in this, is my thinking. But, yeah, that's my headcanon anyway. Headcanon, best canon. Right. What's the name of the person we got to see? Mehitabel Laras in Ebonheart. Very well. Good, this is all still here. Then Divine Intervention again. Look at all this amazing fast travel. Right, jolly good. Now where are we going to find her? That's the question. We probably mentioned it and I glossed over it. East Empire Company Hall in Ebonheart. Superb. Gosh, yeah, in the second additional Morrowind install I have, that I was playing about with, over the weekend because I was feeling really ill. I wasn't able to stream. I still don't feel 100% now, actually, I have to admit, but I'm much better than I was. But yes, I was bored, so I made a second Morrowind install using the GOG version and installed some mods on it to sort of play around with it a bit. And I installed the newest version of Morrowind Rebirth, and like the new version of Morrowind Rebirth, the current one, has a completely different version of Ebonheart to this. It's pretty cool, actually. I really, like, kind of, I won't lie, like, part of the reason I've suddenly decided, aside from the technical issues, part of the reason I've decided I wouldn't mind getting my skates on with this Let's Play is because actually it would be nice to play with an updated, modded Morrowind install with stuff like the newest version of Morrowind Rebirth, because, like, it's actually pretty darn good. Anyway, what am I doing? I want to go to the East Empire Company Hall. I think he's over here somewhere. North Guard Tower. East Empire Warehouse. That's not the company hall, that's a warehouse. Where's the company hall? Here we go. Mehitabel Laris. That's who we're looking for. Well, that's neither of you. Well, and certainly not you either. There you are. Hello, Archmagister. I've been expecting you. Come over here. What I have to tell you is for your ears only. She takes you a step aside. All right, you can't hear us here. You see, Kangtunian has been concentrating his business on Hlalu territory for a few years now. It's high time that House Telvanni receives its share of the wealth. I've tried to reason with him, but he won't listen, so I've made a plan for a hostile takeover. Kangtunian is too stubborn to listen to reasoning, too successful to be removed from his post, and too young to retire, so our only chance is to bring his career to a sudden and final end by using discreet ways to release him and his release him from his bodily confinements. Whenever a high-ranking agent of the East Empire Company dies of unnatural causes, his successor will be appointed from an outside business base. So he must die a natural death. That's the only way I can take over his post without raising suspicion. The best way to get rid of him is to poison his tea. He's an ardent worshipper of rare and exotic teas. I can relate. I'm expecting a shipment for him of some backwater brew from Lizardland. Vivek knows where he found that. Its taste is strong, so I could dilute it a bit. The only problem is that he has a very fine tongue and an even finer nose. The poison must only have a very weak flavour and no scent at all, or he would become suspicious. Surely he'd just think he had a bad batch of tea. And that's the hard part. All local poisons I know of either taste bitter or smell foul, and some have both features. It would take a master alchemist to prepare such a special poison. I don't know anyone who fits that description. Try Telvanni alchemist, a scout, or one of the masters. Someone might have heard something. Okay. Very well. A master alchemist. I think I know where the master alchemist trainer in the game is, but I don't know if it's the same person we're talking about here. Why is that? What? Whatever, dude. You have fun up there. Right, a master alchemist. Where would we find one of those? Why is there a chunk of something here? It's not quite right. Just need to duck indoors so I can use my teleport ring. Let's go to Teleroom, consult with What's-Her-Face again, and maybe we'll find Skink around here somewhere. I mean, he's still in Sadrith Mora according to the game, but I don't know. Maybe something's gone wrong, and that we'll find a clone of him here in Telarune. Oh, so that's where that teleporty thing is. Because the man did say that Skink should be in Telarune now. And that I should go, talk to him about his research. I see no Skink, though. Maybe he's in the top bit here. It's just you, that wood elf fellow. No Skink. Oh well. You wouldn't happen to know where I could find a master alchemist, do you? Sorry, I don't know of anything fitting that description, but I am new to Vardenfell. Maybe some of the senior masters know more. Master Arion, it is then. Very well. Master Arion.
I don't know where to begin.
Ooh, nice view from up here, actually. No, is that Sadrith Mora over there, isn't it? Yeah. Let me just hover on down here. Back down to the tower entry. Here we go. Telvos. Ah, yes. We don't talk about Master Arion's naked guards, do we? There you are. What brings the Archmagister here? A couple of things, actually. One is the bag of holding. I'm guessing your mouth delivered the book as I asked. Excellent. I thought you might like it. It contains the secret to making a magical bag of holding. I've made one for myself, and it's not too difficult. If you need further explanations, I'd be happy to help. I wouldn't mind further explanation. Well, first you must create a bag. An apothecary or alchemist can make the enchanted dye, which requires bone meal and scuttle. You will also have to find a clothier to make the elite hide bag. I certainly wouldn't want to do all that running around myself. I'm sure there are chores your mouth could easily handle. Yeah. Once you have the bag delivered to your tower, you must imbue it with power. The book recommends a specific combination of spells, telekinesis, mark, and recall. It claims you simply need to enchant these spells on the bag, with a soul gem, of course, and wait a few days for it to absorb the magicka. However, it's not quite as simple as indicated in the book. Please speak with me again when you're ready to enchant it. I will prepare something to aid you. Very well. The other thing I'm here about, Arion, is... Well, where is the damn thing for it? Master Alchemist, here we go. Yes, there was this promising alchemist a few years ago. His only fault was that he didn't know when to back down. He started an argument with Thorana, which resulted in her kicking him out of House Telvanni. When she prohibited his return, he took revenge by poisoning her breakfast egg. In a way, she got lucky. She only ate a small part of the egg before she gave the rest to her pet slave. The slave dropped dead on the last spoon, and Thorana has been acting strangely since then. I'm pretty sure she's dead, mate. I killed her. Where can I find him? I honestly don't know. Shortly after that incident, he vanished without a trace. Thorana sent some of her best agents to hunt him down, but they couldn't find anything. I think he must have had help from an outside party. The only thing I remember is that he was nicknamed Alarato. Perhaps you can make some sense of that. What's that backwards? Optharola? No, doesn't make any sense. Alarato. Should speak to my advisor. Who's my advisor? Oh, right. My clone in the council house. My first instinct was to ask Eddie about it, but all right, maybe we'll just ask him instead. Okay. There's a mod I found, speaking of new mods, versus the old ones I have on. The old and busted mods versus the new hotness that you get nowadays. There's a really cool mod I found called, like, Main Quest Enhanced or something. And it basically provides a bunch of additional paths and things to do as part of the main quest. And one of them, and it would have been so perfect for this Let's Play if that mod had existed back when I originally started this Let's Play. And one of them was a path where basically you get to tell the Blades and the Emperor and everyone to sod off. And what happens is you come out of the Census and Excise building in Seydanin at the very start of the game, and you're met by an agent of House Telvanni, and he basically asks you to come and visit Master Arian with the package for Caius instead of going to Caius. And he makes all these convincing arguments about how the Empire, well, they locked you up in prison. Why on earth would you want to help them? And if you go with them, you get to do an alternate version of the main quest where you work for Master Arian in place of Caius and stuff. And it would have been brilliant for this Let's Play, wouldn't it? It would have been so perfect, but alas, like I said, it didn't exist when I originally started this Let's Play, I don't think, so... anyway. Till Uvirith. Yes, actually. Just to begin with, because I want to go quickly talk to Eddie through the crystal. I forget about my little arboretum here sometimes, you know. See, look, this place has got fire petals in it and all. It's quite nice, really. There's not much reason to come in here, though. I don't need the Magicka font, because I have regenerating Magicka. So, you know. Right, Ed. Ancient Tome of Knowledge, yes. I do have the Necromancer's Amulet. Great, I'll be back in about a week. If you don't see me after that, I could be dead. Yeah, before you go, though, mate, before you go, Bag of Holding. Can we discuss this after I get back? I'm still working on your other request. Alright, fine. Fine. Very well, I'll get back on this Master Alchemist business while I wait for you to get back, then. Very well. This Tome of Knowledge better be good, because that amulet is really nice. Alright? It hurts me to part with it, frankly. Let's Affabel's star back on then in the meantime. And now we'll go back to the Telvanni Council House. So damn shame I can't have this guy located in my tower instead. It'd be much more convenient. Okay. We have a highly... Yes. Yes, Master Alchemist. Alorato. That sounds familiar. One former Archmagister was called Alora. Maybe there's a relation. You could try to summon her spirit and ask her about it. Ah, yes. Alright then. I believe I've already done so, in fact. There you are, Alora. Simple call. How can I be of service, Archmagister? Yes, I am Master Alchemist. I know who you mean. His name is Ranos Ulefri. I don't want to talk about him. It's too painful. But if you really need to find him, you should look near the Shrine of Azura. His line of the family has sworn an oath to watch over the shrine, so if he's still alive, you'll find him near there. I've been to the Shrine of Blasted Azura. I don't remember anyone by that name, but very well. That's the best way to get there, then. Shrine of Azura. Where the bloody hell was that, then? It's around here somewhere. I don't think it has a map marker, though. Tel Branora might be the closest place, or possibly Molag Mar. Though Tel Branora is going to be easier to get to. Oh no. Oh, good old-fashioned crash. Why the hell not, right? Goody gumdrops. This is... You see what I mean, folks? You see what I mean? This install has issues. Ugh. Right. Right, we're back. I had to replay a little bit of the game there on fast forward, but we're back more or less where we were. Ed's been sent off to look for the Tome of Master Knowledge or whatever. And now we're off to find the Shrine of Azura again. So, Telbranora. This is the place with the slave market, right? Normally, is it? I'm not sure actually. That might have been Telerune. It's the one that has a bunch of angry people outside for you to fight, isn't it? Yeah. And it always confused me the first time I came here in the game, because the boat drops you off all the way down here next to a bunch of mud huts, and with the original game's view distance, you couldn't even see the Telvanni Tower from down here, so it was a bit like, wait, what? Telbranora is just these huts? What's going on? Must have come to the wrong place and then headed off in the wrong direction. Anyway. Okay, so the Shrine of Azura. I believe I've gone there before in that direction, which is why there's no fog of war there. Oh, I don't think my distant terrain settings are fancy enough right now for me to be able to see it from here. Which is actually, you know, that was actually the intent behind having these decidedly non-fancy distant terrain settings, actually. So I couldn't just see everything from a distance. But I think it's around here somewhere. Next on the enchantment list, something with constant effect water walking. Wouldn't mind that. Constant effect calm creature would be good too, actually. That'd be really nice. Yeah, we're going to need water walking here. You'll notice I've not been using Zaphobel spells because they're just ridiculously OP. Game's easy enough as it is at the moment, if I'm completely honest. Don't need to break it further with OP spells. Or OP constant effect enchantments, which is kind of why I went with what I did. I'm exploring the wilderness in my best Archmagister's robe. This is silly. This is a bit daft. I should not be... Ugh, now I've gotten it all wet. With seawater, no less. Let's change into something more appropriate. There's a robe I'd really like to get. It's a red one, and it's not this one, it's not this one, and it's not this one. It's quite rare, actually, to find in the vanilla game. It has like this leather belt with a bunch of dangly bits on it. It's difficult to describe, honestly, but it's a really cool looking robe. It's one of my favourites. That's a bit more like it. Sometimes I forget that Fathis is the head of the Morag Tong. In retrospect, that was a completely unnecessary chapter of the game, wasn't it? I mean, we really gained nothing by being a Grandmaster of the Morag Tong. Aside from the quests themselves being kind of fun to do, like, you know, it just... It added very little to Fathis' story, if I'm honest, in the grand scheme of things. House Telvanni's been different, because House Telvanni, thanks to mods at least, has kind of been the gift that keeps on giving. But yeah, the whole Morag Tong thing, like, you probably could have cut that from the layout of the LP, and it wouldn't have mattered. I think the next Morrowind LP I do, and someone's going to come back and quote me on this in the future when I turn out to be doing... there it is. When I turn out to end up doing the complete opposite, but in my head at least, the next Morrowind LP I do will be a damn sight shorter than this one. I think I will want to have a much more focused and clear idea of what I want to actually do, and just get it done instead of playing the same LP for like 5 or 6 years. Well, I didn't see that yurt there last time, so I'm going to assume this is where the fellow lives. Bedrusa's yet. Hello.
I'm very happy to make your acquaintance.
I think that guy over there is who I'm looking for, but... Yeah, excuse me, I'm here to see him. Posting of the hunt. Cake and the Diamond. I could have sworn I'd already read the Cake and the Diamond in this LP, but I guess not. Is it not owned? Doesn't actually seem to be owned. Let's just pretend it is, because it would be daft if it wasn't. Yeah, see, that's owned. Book's free to take, apparently. Ranulf Solethri. Hello? Hello?
Haven't I heard of you?
Yeah, you might have done. So, you're the current Archmagister, eh? My fiancée Bedrusa heard about you inquiring after me. I hope you haven't woken any sleeping dogs. You see, that story about Thorana and me didn't take place as most people tell it. I assume you've heard now that I poisoned her breakfast egg and how it killed her slave and affected her sanity, haven't you? Well, that's only half the story. And what's the other half? Well, I was a young alchemist working for Thorana. One day, we had one of our frequent quarrels about potions. I'd invented a new kind of poison, one that could not be detected. As opposed to all standard poisons that either have a terrible stench or taste, this one had no smell and no taste. Thorana laughed at me and stated that it only required the appropriate carrier to conceal Vardenfell's customary poisons. Quama eggs, for instance, were perfect to hide them. Obviously that wasn't true. Even a rotten qualm egg tastes too weak to conceal the taste of treated bittergreen or similar poisons. To prove my point, I snuck into the kitchen the next morning and poisoned her breakfast egg. When she opened the egg, I could tell from her face that she smelled the toxin, but she was too haughty to admit her error. So she ate a few bites before she couldn't stand it anymore. But instead of regurgitating it and admitting that I'd been right, she claimed to be full and called for her pet slave to finish the egg. The poor kitten had already noticed the stench from his room, and I tried everything to avoid having to eat a single bite. And he had tried everything to avoid having to eat a single bite, but it was to no avail. In a stubbornness, the runner insisted that he eat it up, and I was too proud myself to state the obvious. So poor Merzi, I will never forget his name or his face, had to eat every little bit of that cursed egg. Yeah, I feel like we did the world a favour by murdering her. I could still see him stagger before his fur fell off in tufts. His eyes turned black, his mouth started to bleed while his teeth fell out, and he sank into the ground like a sack of wickweed. He didn't say anything. The thump of his body was the only sound that could be heard, and Thorana, I still can't believe her stubbornness, ordered the cook punished. Then she ordered me to prepare some healing potions. She wanted the cook to be alive enough in the evening to prepare her supper. At that moment, I knew I had to leave immediately. I went to my chamber, packed the barest necessities, and left Tel Brenora. I wanted to go to Tel Voss and consult with Arian, but as soon as I reached Vardenfell's mainland, I heard Thorana's shrill voice screaming through all of Tel Brenora that she wanted my head, with or without my body attached to it. I ran as fast as I could, until I hit on a root and hurt my ankle. I tried to move on, but I couldn't, and to make things worse, I could hear the voices of Thorana's bloodhounds approaching. They would surely have found me if it had not been for Bedrusa. She found me minutes before Thorana's men reached my position and saved my life. It's a rather embarrassing story that I don't like to expand on too much, so as to say that it has something to do with the bowels of an alit that she'd killed shortly before. I think I get the idea. When the coast had cleared, she tended to my wounds and hid me. I don't know what she saw in me, but she was my saviour. We have never parted ways since then, and for the last few years we have lived in peace. So, what does your visit mean, Archmagister? Bedrusa mentioned that you have been asking around for a master alchemist. You found me, so what do you ask of me? I need you to prepare me a tasteless and scentless poison. I have thought so, but you see, Thorana will get word of it. And if she finds out that I am still alive and living this close to Tel Brenora, I will need protection. I will help you, but I must demand to be reinstated into House Telvanni as a master with a guarded tower of my own design. That will make it difficult for Faeryn to simply kill me without anyone noticing. Well, Mr. Current Affairs. Yeah, he's clearly been out in the wilderness for a while, eh? Not exactly Mr. Current Affairs, are you, Tommy? Faeryn is dead. You may still have the tower and the guards, but I won't promote you to a master all of a sudden. I fear that won't suffice. Even if Faeryn is dead, her bloodhounds may still be alive, and they don't forget anyone who has outsmarted them. I only want to survive, and therefore I need a strong position in House Telvanni. Besides, I was once a lawman in House Telvanni. If it hadn't been for that cursed day, I would be a master by now. How about this? I reinstate you into the house, promote you to Spellwright, and authorize construction of your tower. In return, you become my personal alchemist. Sounds fair, but I won't need Lunella Hlairin's help to grow my tower. I've performed comprehensive studies and experiments with various tower seeds. If you agree, I would grow my own tower. Well, that saves you from paying for your tower. Fine, we have a deal. I will take care of the red tape, and you start working on that poison immediately. That was weird. I clicked on it, and then it just sort of disappeared and nothing happened. That's unusual. I can barter with him. Okay, is that sorted? Just turned aside with more and consult with my advisor. Well, thank you, Ranos. It has been a pleasure. You have a bear pelt that's, for some reason, even though you're in the middle of Vardenfell, you have a bear pelt. And it's glitching into an urn. But you have fun with that. I'm out of here. I said I'm out of here. There we go, finally. How many times do I have to hit the hotkey? Good grief. I had a really weird glitch with my keyboard today, actually. I've had lots of computer problems today now I think about it. I had a really weird glitch with it today. Rebooting the PC fixed it, but I'd never had this before, but basically like half the keys on my keyboard had been swapped around, and I don't mean like the physical keys, like someone was playing a practical joke on me. I mean like if I pressed the Q key, it would type a Z on the screen. If I pressed Z, or Z or whatever, it would type a Q on the screen. And so on. If I pressed A, it would type an S, and the reverse as well. It was really bizarre. About half the keys on my keyboard were doing it. And it was just the weirdest thing I've ever seen a computer do. Genuinely. Just friggin' bizarre. Luckily, restarting the computer fixed it, but what on earth was that about, eh? Don't want to go to bed just yet. I just want to... Oh, there we go. Right, we're in business. So, you reinstated him into the house and promoted him to Spellwright, and you granted him a tower of his own, defended by Telvanni guards. That's wonderful news, Archmagister. I wish you had spoken with me about it earlier. This poses some grave problems. Foremost, what about Thorana's assassins? They will go after him when they hear of this. That is something I entrust you with. I want you to find them and deliver this message. If they lay their hands on Ranos, I will personally make them take a long bath in Tel Uvirith's lava pool. Ivan stares at you with wide eyes and mouth far agape. What is it? Did I make myself clear about that? Regains his composure. Crystal clear, Archmagister. Pardon me, I would never have expected you to be so bold, that's all. I will contact Thorana's henchman at once. Do you know me at all? This is Fathus we're talking about, right? I concur that having a sane master to the south will strengthen our position on Vardenfell, especially as this tower is so close to Azura's sanctuary. And he told you the truth. He indeed was a lawman before he was ousted from the house. Okay, good. So now what do we do? I guess we're going back to what's the face? I should return to Ranos and get the flask of poison. Oh god, really? I have to go... Oh, that's just mean, game. Why would you make me do that? Ugh, fine. Very well. I'm walking back to the Azura Shrine again. So I get not using Mark and Recall, but unfortunately my Mark spell is set somewhere in a swamp. In the south of Morrowind, so... bother. Fathers' Curse Remover. There we go. We can just jump down here because no falling damage. Hooray. Should really be careful casting water walking while already in the water, because there's like a really small chance that I can just instantly kill you. I think it's a glitch. I don't think it's intentional, but it can happen. It has happened in this Let's Play, in fact. Ages ago, feels like now, but it did happen. Okay, this is... yeah, constant effect water walking. Want it. I'm really distracted now by the fact that... Can you hear that? The sound effect has changed for us walking across the water. Like I'm getting one regular footstep on the water and then an underwater one. Like this. Okay, now I'm just getting underwater swimming sounds. Morrowind, what the heck is wrong with you today? Ugh. Okay, are we in the right neighborhood? I think so. I remember that Dwemer ruin. What is up, Azura? Don't take it personally that I killed a whole bunch of your cultists in that ruin down in the south last episode. It wasn't personal. They were just, you know, being dickheads. They attacked me on sight. What was I supposed to do, huh? They practically made me clean out their entire Daedric ruin and murder them all and take all their stuff. Oh, I see he's already started. Good grief. Oh good, Master Aaron has lent some of his naked guards. I returned to see Ranos about his new tower. He had already grown it. I'm baffled as to how he could raise it in such a short time. The whole structure looks unlike any other tower. It remotely resembles a ball of roots. Hello? I mean, it's quite nice. I like the little... yeah, this is cool. Okay then. You drain blight spores down here. That's illegal, man. I should have you thrown in the dungeons for that. Gah. Levitate. Definitely having a bigger on the inside moment here, aren't we? Hello. Do the guards levitate? Are they able to levitate? I find myself wondering this. Ranos, where the hell are you, man? There he is. Greetings, Archmagister. Thank you for reinstating me into the house, and thank you for sending the guards. Now Thorana won't dare to have me assassinated. She's dead. How you ask how I could raise this tower so quickly? Fertilizer is the answer. I've been preparing this soil for years now, waiting for the day I would have protection from the house again. Thanks to you, that day has finally come. You're welcome. Are you prepared to fill your part of the deal? Fulfill your part of the deal? Certainly, Archmagister. I am prepared to begin my duties as your personal alchemist, and I have done what you asked me for. Here is a potion of my tasteless and scentless poison. Dose it wisely. An ounce of it could poison a complete canton of Vivek if you put it into its water supply. If you want to kill a single person, 2 to 3 drops will kill him in a minute. 1 drop will kill him within a quarter of an hour. Alright. No. Once was enough. Oh my word, okay. He has a whole selection of ingredients plus his own variety of potions. That's pretty interesting. Damn. You got any holly berries? I need them for a side quest in my tower. You got belladonna. Where in the alphabet is H? Holly berries. 10 of the buggers. Yes, please, give. What are your potions like? That's actually really good, although I can breathe underwater eternally now. That is ridiculous. Daedric Clog. Divine Boon. I have Khajiit. I'll have a few of those if you don't mind. To be fair, his potions aren't exactly cheap, but still, goodness me. Loads of those. Tim succumbed by mead. One for the collection. What else is Twitches? Warm breeze. Okay, that's a lot of money, but I tell you what, mate, you've probably earned it. Alright, cool. So, there's what's her face. You got another level on the grow up here as well, huh? Hello.
How wonderful. Welcome, Outlander.
Don't feel like that. You must be doing very well for yourself. Yes, you like the hat. Huh. Serving Kwama reggae. Very amusing. Right then. The only annoying thing about this place is it doesn't have a teleporter pad. At least not the one that I could find. So coming out here to find him is going to be a bit of a pain in the bum. If I ever need to, but hopefully I won't have to do that very often. Hello.
You flatter me with your attention.
Climb the mushroom hole. Oh yes. I have a copy of that. I need to read it at some point. Right. Now what? What are we... What's... Yes, Ebonheart. Right. Bloody hell. Travel. we go again. Divine intervention. Right. We are getting shit done, aren't we? So Archmagisters go. I think Fathers is doing a grand job so far.
Anytime now. Go ahead, stranger.
I'm getting the most out of this teleportation nonsense right now because the next character I play in Morrowind, I've decided is not going to have any magical skills at all. The next character in Morrowind I play basically is going to be
So what do you want?
a character whose skills basically almost entirely consist of ones that I never normally use. And also, basically the whole point of it is going to be basically to do a playthrough where I play Morrowind in a way that I never normally would or have in the past. Which means no magics. Except for, like, obviously potions and magical items. But, yeah, no magical skills, no spells. Which will obviously mean no teleporting either, unless I do it via a magical item. Although part of me is tempted to, just as a little house rule, say that the character is terrified of teleporting and absolutely hates it, like Bones McCoy in Star Trek, or Geralt in The Witcher, actually, now I think about it. He hates teleporting as well, doesn't he? Just to make life even more fun. Like, in the Dwarf Fortress sense of fun. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to commit to that. It sounds like an interesting idea, but also one that I could really start to hate very quickly. But this is the warehouse. We don't want to be in the warehouse. When will I get this right?
Let's hear it.
Do you have something for me? Marvellous! The shipment of Argonian tea has arrived this morning. In translation, it is called something like Scale Mordant. I couldn't agree more. The pure smell of it bites my lungs, but the Cantunian insists on having never smelled such fragrance. Whatever, the stench only makes it easier for me. I will mix this into his first cup, so that it will look like an accident. Don't use too much of it. 2 drops should suffice, no more. It's that powerful? All right, I will be careful. Rely on me. Cantunian won't see the next sunrise, and when he has come to his natural end, I will be the one to inherit his post. I can only hope that this poison is as good as you say. If it isn't, I will be deported to Mephala knows where, and some outsider will be sent to take over the company's business on Vardenfell. All right. She promised that Cantunian ponies would not live to see tomorrow morning. Should go back to Southmore and contact my advisor. Upper tower. I thought it was going to tell me that it was going to make me wait for a day then. That would be a very vanilla Morrowind thing to do. Come back tomorrow. Right. Alright, I think that about wraps that business up, I hope. Our spy has sent word that Cantunian Ponies is dead already. Even the Duke's personal physician couldn't bring him back to life. Ahitobel has been announced as his successor. She sends you this as a first taste of future profits. Guess what her first official act was? She banned Argonian tea from import and had this morning's shipment burned for public protection. Now, shall we direct our attention to the Council's current focus again? 4,000 gold. I won't say no to that. First, I would like to congratulate you. Your respect within the Council grows, but let's get back to business. When she was still alive, Thorana used to have visions. In a particularly violent one, she had found the location of another of the wards of Trine, the Cube of Ubereath. Wards of Trine? The Cube of Uvereath was created partly by Uvirith and partly by his animunculus twin. What? I know it sounds rather odd, but Uvirith had a knack for the Dwemer machines and often talked to them about enchanting. The cube is his greatest work. It prevents the red bearer from coming to physical harm. It lies in the crater citadel Turinulal, as in the citadel guarded by the immortal ash vampire Dagoth Turinul. Its exact location is not known. Legend has it that it lies on top of Red Mountain's northeastern slope. Oh boy. Asking Ghostgate for a more accurate description, and be careful with that ash vampire. My advice is get in, get out. Not even an Archmagister has a chance against one of those. Just get the cube. I reckon I could take him. If I'm honest. He says, getting stuck in his own doorway. Oh, dear. Right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you very much for watching. I believe that's it for this episode. It's been an eventful one, hasn't it? Good grief. A lot of dead people. A lot of dead people. We took over the Mages Guild. We took over the East Empire Company. We grew a tower for an alchemist. A lot has happened. Many, many things have happened. Good grief. I'm lost for words, if I'm honest. I hope you enjoyed watching anyway. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, etc. And I'll see you for the next one. Toodaloo.